guys, Poppy here with Poppy's Farm 2019. We are here today. This is a box of salt, coarse salt. You can also get rock salt. What we're doing today is called salting hay. I started off on this project about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, my dad said, whenever I was getting the ideal of cutting my hay, Dad said that they used to salt hay. Well, I said, why'd they do it? Dad said, don't really know. Well, do you know anybody that does it? No, don't know nobody. I ain't heard nobody do it in a long time, actually. Okay, so I had been dealing in the Amish country, and I said, you know, I bet you they'll know what the answer to that is. And so I asked an Amish man, I said, can I ask you a question? He said, yeah. I said, do you salt hay? Yeah, he said, every bit we put up. Why? You salt all your hay? Yeah. What's it do? I don't have a clue. He said, been doing it like my dad did it, and my dad before that did it. He said, we just salt the hay. He said, don't know why. He said, but we do. Well, last year, I got the chance to be able to try it on a few different kinds of livestock and things like that. And I have now learned a little bit more and some research. This isn't all just my findings. And I'm not the only guy that found this. So, if you were doing it with a scythe, you would be raking in big rifts of hay. And then once you made your big first rift, you would, sprinkle a little salt onto the hay. Then you would keep throwing with the pitchfork another layer of hay. And with that next layer of hay, not just a little bit like that, but we're talking about a good another, 10-foot circle of hay. You would go back through, you would salt it again. Now, at the very top of that hay, we all know the top part of the hay is, it gets water damaged if it's outside, and the animals aren't going to eat that water damaged hay. Now, what I found is kind of unique. They will eat water damaged hay if it has salt in it. And they also eat more of the hay by the end of it. They gain a little bit more weight than they was gaining zero weight. You can also feed a little bit poorer quality of hay by adding salt to it. You for sure bring the mineral content way back up. The next thing is I did learn this. There are a lot of the Amish that can use their hay as long as 3 years after they put it up. I don't know many farmers out here that I've talked to that use 3-year-old hay to feed their cattle. But the Amish can use 3-year-old hay because of salting. They can use it still yet to feed their animals. The reason being is because of the hard mineral of salt, which contains a bunch of trace minerals as well when you use rock salt and mineral salts. They have all these trace minerals. Those trace minerals will not stay around in this hay very long, but they will stay around in a rock form a lot longer. Now, when the rain comes onto this hay, it's going to saturate the top layer. That top layer will now have a saturation of like a saltwater slurry. It will soak into the hay, causing a mineral content, just the same as if they were eating a mineral block or a salt block during the summer or the winter. This really does seem to help them out and getting thicker coats, staying fatter, staying healthier. You have less problems throughout the winter. I really thought this was an awesome method, and I really wanted to share it with you guys because it is an unusual method. I've not, as much as I've talked to as many farmers as I can, the general census is I haven't heard hardly any, if any, local farmers or around that have said, hey, I do use salting hay method still. Most of them look at me and say, well, we left that back with Granddad. Well, it turns out Granddad had something and we just didn't understand it. So when you put up things like fescue and stuff has very low nutritional rate. And that nutritional rate can also be fermented in the belly of ruminous animals such as cattle and making a higher protein count. But if you're already putting the mineral in and you have the roughage and you're throwing in a little sweet feed along with that, you'll see a lot better results with your animals. And I just wanted to share that one with you. That was a unique one, and I just wanted to share it. Thanks everybody for all your likes, subscribes. I really appreciate everybody. Tell me in the comments about what experience you guys have with salting hay. Did you guys ever salt hay? Have you ever heard of anybody salting hay? Is this a new one on you? And what do you guys think about it? Really an awesome method. Seems to be just so efficient. Like I said, it was originally started out with the sigh method, but you can do this with round bales. After you put the round bales up, you can take on the top of the round bales, you can sprinkle the heavy rock salt. When the rain comes in, the rain will saturate the salt on into the hay, because obviously a big, 5x5 round bale, you're not going to be able to put salt into the center of it very easily while you're rolling it. And so you can actually just sprinkle it on the top of it. It will go on into the water damaged hay. They will eat it a lot better. Now, I'm not saying they eat it 100%, but they do eat it a lot better to eat the roughage of the hay that's already got water damage. Thanks so much. Appreciate everybody. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and we'll see you there.